if you've watched some of my older videos, like the Iceland vlog, the fall vlog, the winter vlog, you might recall that I used to use a wide-angle lens pretty often, and I got that lens so I could vlog with it, and it quickly became one of my favorite lenses. And then I broke it. So, a few months and way too much money later, this is supposed to be a replacement for that. Real talk though, this packaging is some of the most interesting I've gotten. What is this? Bubble wrap that won't pop. Wow. That's extremely dissatisfying. Serious? B&H? Now the stuff that actually matters. This is the Tokina 11-16 f2.8. 11-16 because 11 is very wide angle, and f2.8 so I can get a little bit of blur behind me in the background when I'm filming myself. And this is a lens made for Canon cameras, and obviously 11mm isn't that wide on my camera. This is the Lumix G7. So this is the Metabone Speed Booster. It basically reverses some of that crop factor, giving you a wider image and the appearance of a shallower depth of field. It also allows you to put Canon lenses on this camera. So, probably gonna like shooting with this. So, let's get all three of these together and switch off and show you this setup. I'm shooting on the wider setup now, and as you can see, it's a very wide angle. You can see most of the background behind me, but that background is still a little out of focus due to the f2.8 aperture. But this is not a review video. I might talk more about this lens and this setup in future videos and kind of review it, but in this video I just want to go out, shoot some stuff, and talk to you about why I like filming with lenses like this so much. So the first reason that I love shooting with wide-angle lenses is pretty much the most simple, and that's just that I kind of like how it looks. I like the wide-angle aesthetic. I like how the distortion around the edges looks and the way it kind of warps when the camera moves. I think it looks really cool. Some people don't. Some people like to have absolutely no distortion, but I think it looks neat. The second reason that I love shooting with a wide-angle lens is less about the aesthetic and the look, and more about the practicality and the process of using it and shooting with it. Wide-angle lenses are just really easy to shoot with, and that's for two reasons. That's the framing and the focus. When you're shooting with a lens this wide, even at f2.8, just about everything is going to be in focus. You don't have to worry about setting the focus before the shot. If you're moving quickly, there's not going to be a difference between two different points in your shot unless you're really close to the camera. Having a wide-angle lens also makes it pretty much impossible to frame a shot like terribly incorrectly. If you're pointing the camera in the right direction, chances are you have everything you need, at least in the shot, if not in the right spot in the shot. third and final reason that I love shooting with wide-angle lenses is because of the way you can use them to make your shots more dramatic. Having that wide angle and that very minimal compression makes distances and heights seem much longer and larger than they actually are. If you have something in your shot that you want to imply is really tall, like a building or a cliff, then if you shoot it with a wide-angle lens, it's going to look way taller than it would on a different focal length. And this also applies to motion. So if you have camera movement in your shot, then the camera is going to appear to be moving much faster if you're using a wide-angle lens.
Just admit it.
But it's the end of the day, so I should be heading home right about now. This has been a kind of short, kind of different video, but I hope you found it informative. And if you did, do feel free to share your support by leaving a like on the video, sharing it with your friends, or even subscribing to my channel. I upload 2 new filmmaking tutorials every single week. But that's all for this one. Keep creating, and I'll see you in the next one. Shoes definitely weren't too pleased with today's shoot.